We're here again with Dave, the raw food trucker. It's been a couple weeks since we've had a chance to hang out with Dave. I saw him today and I said, Dave, you went down a couple other belt buckles. Is that the truth?
Yeah, bro, that is the truth.
And you're trying to get down into a 42, aren't you?
Yes,
and
I am. I should be there next week or the week after, hopefully.
Nice, dude. So you have been drinking a lot of green juice and on your raw food diet.
Yeah.
It's 100%, isn't it?
99%.
Oh, he hates it.
100%.
If he says 100, then the evil spirits start attacking him.
It triggers off. Something goes in me, and I get cravings for red meat and everything that I shouldn't be eating, and I want to go over to a steakhouse.
So saying 99% raw is sort of a trick you use for yourself.
Yeah, it's a mental trick that I use for myself.
Nice, good work. So a lot of people have been asking me over the course of the last several weeks about colonics. Did you use colonics in your while you were doing? Have you been using colonics? And do you have anything you could share about those experiences with us?
Yeah. I've used quite a bit of colonics. There's a place here in Seattle called the Tummy Temple on 65th Avenue, and I have had many colonics there. The first time I went in to get a colonic, Dave and Judith, again, the people that saved my life, got me into this raw food, they were telling me, well, you really need to start getting colonics. You need to start getting colonics. And I was like, I don't want nothing stuffed up my butt, you know. That just sounds kind of gross. So what I did was I waited about 6 months into it, and then when I started the juicing and everything, I was doing this 20-day juice feast, and they were like, you gotta go get a colonic. So I was like, all right, I'll go get a colonic. So I had a colonic, and I don't know what to tell you except it opened up my third eye. Matthew Monarch, in one of his books, talks about his eye getting opened up when he had a colonic also. I'd never even heard of the third eye, so I'd never even heard of this stuff before I got a colonic. It's just what happened to me, but let's stick with the basics of the fundamentals of the health issues with the colonics. Especially when I'm juice feasting. If I'm juice feasting over a week, I try and get a colonic. I want to keep everything moving through my system. You know, enzymes, everything flowing down through there. Just want everything flushing through the system correctly. I get a minimum of 1 colonic a month regardless of whether I'm juice feasting or not. But if I'm juice feasting, I try and get a colonic every week. The longest I've juice feasted straight in a row was 30 days. I've probably done 150 days of not eating food and juicing, but not in a row. That's a guesstimate.
So over the course of the last 16 months, basically 17 months, you've basically fasted about 150 of those on green juices.
Yeah, but I no longer call it fasting because I drink as much juice as I want. So if I'm thirsty, I want to drink a gallon a day, I drink a gallon a day. If I'm thirsty, I want to drink a liter a day, that's what I do. I usually average 1 liter to 1.5 liters minimum, whether I'm juice feasting or not.
So has the green juice been one of the most important things that you've done?
For me, yes, absolutely. I got off my diabetic meds in 4 days on the juice feasting. It's when I saw a real turnaround with my diabetes. All of a sudden, the protein counts in my kidneys situation were going down, and then the next thing I knew, they were like, well, we made a mistake on your blood test, Dave. You got to come back in and we got to do another blood test. And you know, Dave, the second blood test, or got to come in and do a third blood test. There's another mistake. And finally, I go down and take an MRI on my kidney, and it's like perfect. And they're, that's impossible. You can't reverse this. I'm just like, Dr. Gabriel Cousin says you can.
Okay, and we were talking earlier about, I saw you and I was like, oh my God, look at how much, look at how much smaller he is. And then I asked you, well, then you told me a little bit while later, you said, well, this is the interesting thing. I've only lost 7 pounds. And I thought, 2 belt notches in an obviously much smaller gut. And then you said 7 pounds. And I thought, well, that's kind of weird. It more looks like about 20 or so. And then Dave told me that he was working out.
Yes, I've started exercising. For years I said I wouldn't exercise due to moral and religious reasons. Basically, I just didn't want to exercise. I couldn't get myself to even think about it. But I just reached a point where I just started exercising. It felt good. I wanted to do it, and it was like I'm supposed to do this now. So I actually have joined a 24-hour fitness gym, and I've got some dumbbells in my truck now. I do inverted push-ups on the picnic tables, and I work my pecs by doing the push-ups further out and further in. You can move and work different areas of your body if you start trying to find these exercises. Again, because I'm a truck driver, I've got to fit this into truck driving. So at the rest stops, I use the picnic tables because I can't do a full push-up. I cannot even do one, but I can do them inverted. So that's where I'm at. That's what I do. I can't do a sit-up, but I can do crunches. So I do crunches. You know, whatever it is I can do, I'm doing it right now, and I'm just working that in. And I was at my doctor's office this morning to pay a bill, and I said, well, can I just go get on the scale, because it's interesting you said 20 pounds, because someone else had thought that I'd lost about that too. It does feel like about 20 pounds, but it was only 7. And I was trying to, it didn't dawn on me till I had left and I was driving over to meet Dan, that you know, I'm starting to exercise now, so the body's just starting to do what it's doing. I'm starting to build some muscle back up in there, some muscle tissue, doing a lot more walking, things like that.
So muscle weighs more than fat.
Muscle weighs more.
It's
than
a
fat.
high quality tissue. I could tell your arms, dude, look way better than they did a couple weeks ago when we hung out last. So
thank you. I got 2 comments from women on that saying the exact same
thing. And
thing.
ain't that the most important thing? Yeah. Well,
yeah.
we can all pretend we're all spiritual and
hey, just
holier
a second,
than thou.
guys. Come on over here. Come on. I want you to meet. I call her Pretty Lady. She's from Chaco Canyon. She's in
This
Seattle.
is our wheatgrass maker.
I want you to meet my secret love, our wheatgrass maker right here. This is Stephanie, Chaco Canyon, Seattle. See what you're missing, world. Eat your heart out, man.
Yeah, the wheatgrass.
Right on. See, I told you I'd get a hug out of you.
You did. You did tell me that.
So
yes.
we're gonna thanks, Stephanie.
Thank you very much, Stephanie. All right, cool.
So yeah, you just get to feeling a whole lot better about every aspect of your life when you do this raw food thing, don't you, Dave?
Oh, you absolutely do. It's a life-changing event.
It's like unreal, kind of.
Absolutely.
No, if someone would have told you 2 years ago that you were going to be a raw vegan that didn't eat meat, cheese, bread, or eggs, you would have thought that they were on some kind of drug, right?
To be honest with you, I probably would have beat the crap out of them.
See, now Dave's hugging everybody, and this was less than 2 years ago, and this is not uncommon. We detoxify people clinically all the time, and they go around, drug addicted bikers go around talking about the love of the Lord. So it's not really a miracle, it's just the way it works when you start getting energy into your being. Dave, thanks for this interview. Is there anything else you want to share with these guys that they look up to you a lot, and they want to get the motivation to keep on going?
Cool. All I would say to you is anybody that hasn't tried it and wants to try it, give it a shot. And if you there's different aspects to being raw, you know. If you're 80%, 90%, 50%, you're raw. This gal did this blog, and it really helped me out when I was first starting out, because I used to eat 3 pounds of red meat a day. If I could get 3 steaks, 1 pound steaks a day, that's what I do. But 3 pounds was an average amount of red meat for me a day. And what I'd say to you is, you know, if you yo-yo, if you fall down, you just get up and you just keep going and you start again. Because the more you do it, sooner or later, the enzymes are going to take effect. Your body's going to start healing itself. Your immune system will just naturally start healing itself. There's more digestible protein in 1 pound of dark green leafy vegetables, and I'm an ex-bodybuilder, than there is in a 1 pound T-bone steak cooked, for crying out loud. Max Planck Institute. You know, it's amazing what's here in the live vegan food cuisine.
So can we say that in the fruits and vegetables is the miracle that you seek? I mean,
I would agree with that.
Is that a simple enough statement?
Yeah, I think it is.
I mean, so let's just eat more fruits and vegetables, guys, and you can achieve what Dave has done and even more. We believe in you, and there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Fruits, nuts, oils.
Oh, sorry, Dave, I didn't mean to cut you off. We're out of
all right.
time, guys. We wanted
Later,
to do
guys.
this in 10 minutes. Thank you, Dave. Thank you
Later.
very much,
Have
man.
a good one.